What's up, guys? Dotsaman Diecast here, back for yet another podcast. I think I'm approaching 40 or so. We're running up on them pretty quick. So I just wanted to stop in, see how everybody's doing this week. I hope everyone's having an amazing week. Everyone's staying positive about not finding any Hot Wheels. I think now with this kind of shortage of Hot Wheels, I'm seeing people starting to post stuff. There's new, dumps out there, new cases. There's some hope, but it's also a good time to focus on collecting something other than Hot Wheels. Of course, you're going to spend a little bit more money if you buy things like Majorette. You can go to your local Hobby Lobby and find some Majorette. Some other cool cars you can go find are Mini GT is a cool brand. We've got Siku, and then we've got Miho exclusives. Some cars that they're generally anywhere from, I would say, $10 to $25 for the most part, and you can buy those online. Those Mini GT and Miho are not going to be ones you're going to find in the stores around here, but you can find the Majorettes. I think you can find those at Hobby Lobby. I think now some Targets have them, and some other stores, maybe even Fred Meyer's. I'm not sure on that, but Auto World is another one to keep your eye out for. I have several of the Mark IV Supras. I really would like to see a nice Mark III Supra come out. I used to have one with a 1JZ in there, single turbo, Haltech standalone, overnight parts from Japan. Not so much at all. Especially right now, shipping's not fast. But speaking of shipping, I just got my new merch in today. I've been waiting. It was stuck in Kent, Washington for several days, like 4 or 5 days. So I finally got my new merch today. I bought some of my own stuff, sweatshirt, t-shirts, stickers, stuff like that. So I feel fly today. I'm wearing my sweatshirt right now. I feel pretty good about myself, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty nice. So my beautiful fiance Kimber designed a new logo for me. It's the one that's right here on this podcast. She designed it from scratch. So big shout out to my fiance. I'm getting married in about a week. I think a week and a day or something like that. 21st. So been pretty busy lately, just ramping up to, getting married to my beautiful fiance, and then I can call her my wife. So I'm very excited and very blessed to have her in my life. She helps with, set up my merch store, design my logo. She sometimes does hunting for me when she's out grocery shopping. She's like, come home with a handful of Hot Wheels, and man, it's so nice to be able to share a hobby. I mean, she's definitely not into it nearly as much as I am, but she does love that I'm passionate about it. And of course, she loves me, and I love her to death. And if you guys can share, she loves all of my subscribers, my listeners. She sometimes replies to my comments before I do, and makes me look bad. So if Kimber's ever got back to you before me, then you can always leave a comment to say Kimber beat you or whatever. I won't take any offense to it because I know she's on top of things. So, yes, it is amazing to have her in my life, and I am so excited to get married to her and spend the rest of my life with her. So, drop a comment below if Kimber's ever replied to you before I have, because I know it's happened. But yeah, so... yeah, it's been an interesting week. It's been busy, work, and then of course the wedding. I think she was just asking, one of her favorite Hot Wheels is the Carbinator. And I do like the Carbinator a lot too. So we're gonna pick up some Carbinators because we've got drinks at the table, non-alcoholic drinks. I'm not having any alcohol at my wedding just because I don't see the point. And keeps everybody in order. Some people will be like, "Oh man, that's no fun," but we don't need it to have fun. So it's going to be really fun. we're gonna have about, I don't know, 40 to 45 people, and to celebrate our adventure in life. It's gonna be a really, really special day. So we were looking at finding some more carbonators so we can have one at each table so people can open up their drinks. I think we have Mexican Coke at the tables and some other stuff. So yeah, so always incorporating Hot Wheels into things, but that was her idea for sure. So we're gonna try to find some carbonators, and we're not gonna have a hard time finding carbonators. I'll tell you that for sure. Zoom ins, carbonators, wheelie chairs, duck ins, all the ones that people don't like to collect. So we'll get some of those, and people can be like, "This is a bottle opener." I'm like, "Yeah, it's the best bottle opener. It's a carbonator. It's super cool." So we're gonna be able to have those at the wedding, and hopefully people can kind of share in the joy of some Hot Wheels. Maybe they can take them home, and maybe I'll get some people into collecting diecast. I don't know. Not holding my breath, but it's gonna be an amazing day. I'm really excited about it. So yeah, it's something I wanted to talk about just kind of in this podcast is just always remembering that these are toys, that it's an awesome hobby, but remember the people that are attached to the hobby. Like, just treat people with respect and kindness. If somebody wrongs you or says some stuff on the internet, no need to put them on blast for everybody to see. You can say what happened, but calling people out by name on whether it be Instagram, I mean, not unless they're just straight up taking people's money and it's apparent, trades, or taking people's money, not sending them cars and stuff like that. Of course, you got to warn other people so they don't get hit by some drive-by scammer. But, being a YouTube creator or on Instagram, whatever, you get some, you'll get snide comments. You'll get people that expect things from you that you don't owe them. You'll get people that you send them stuff and they may not appreciate it, or, if they send you stuff that they require you to do certain things, like you have to open it on camera. It's like, no, I don't. It's like, if you're sending somebody a gift, don't expect anything in return. It's not a gift if you're doing that. So if people are going to send me stuff, that's cool. I love it, especially customs. But if you expect me to show it on camera, I mean, I do it generally out of the kindness of my heart because I want people to see like people's customs and what kindness they've sent me. But don't expect anything from people. I'll send people stuff, but I don't, I just want to make sure it gets there safe. And then once I know that the cars are there safe, I'm good. That's it. You do what you will with it, If you want to give it to somebody that can appreciate it even more than you, then I don't care. It's not mine anymore. So I think that's a big thing to take away, is just give with your heart, give without any expectations back. Because if you don't, then you're not giving it at all. So I think something to take away from that. It's something I've been thinking about this week. And the same goes for anything in life. I mean, that's why I have this podcast. It's not just about diecast. Of course, it's about Hot Wheels and different kinds of diecast in our community. But, it's also about just life and how to treat people. And we all make mistakes. We all say things we don't mean. We all do things that we don't mean to do. But it's how you handle it after the fact that defines who you are as a person, your character. So if you say something hurtful, if you do something hurtful, if you're inconsiderate, anything like that, if you hurt somebody, it's how you apologized, how you recover from that. Like, you just have to ask for forgiveness, and you have to just own up to your mistakes. And I'm always willing to move on if people wrong you and say something nasty or whatever. If they apologize and they're sincere, just move on, So the same goes for anything in life, especially in the diecast community. Bad trade, who knows? I mean, there's so many different things. I mean, we're not even going to get into trading because I made a funny video about that earlier this week. But trading, there's so many when you're trading Hot Wheels or trading anything, there's so much room for miscommunications and somebody feeling like they got the short end of the stick. So I don't do it. And I don't, like, after seeing some stuff this week and last week online with trades, I don't ever want to trade again, ever. So I would much rather just send somebody something as a gift and expect nothing in return. If somebody wants to send something in return, cool. But I'm not going to hold them to to the standard of having to send something back. I'm not going to put that burden on somebody else. You never know what people are going through in their lives too. So sending gifts to people without them asking or even knowing is really nice sometimes, because you never know what they're going through. That could be a really good pick me up for that person. But to put a burden on them to have to show it on camera, you have to open this first and open this last or whatever. Um, that's, I mean, you don't need to do that. Just send it and expect nothing. But even if they don't thank you, that's rude, of course. But don't expect anything from it. If you're truly giving from your heart, just send it and make sure they get it, and then that's it. So that's one thing that I think a lot of collectors and just people in general, because like I said, this applies to so many other things rather than just diecast. It's just being kind and respectful and loving to other people, as much as people can not be nice sometimes and they can be really nasty. It's how you can kill people with kindness, is what I always tell people to do. I mean, as hard as it is to do, if someone's being really nasty, you just continue to be nice to them. But of course, like I've said in my posts and other podcasts, if I have people coming to my channel that are being negative, nasty, disruptive, name calling, swearing a bunch, then they're gone. I'm going to kick them off. I don't have time for any of that. So I'm not going to allow that on my channel. If other people want to allow that on their channel or their Instagram page, that's fine. But I want it to be a place where people can come and hang out and be friendly, and I can encourage people, and we can help each other grow with our collection as people. Not to tear people down. I'm never going to have any part of that, to tear people down, no matter really what they do. It's kind of tough sometimes, but we're all growing as people every day. So I hope you guys appreciate my podcasts and these kind of messages. Of course, everybody's working on their own things about themselves and trying to be better, trying to be more patient, trying to be more kind, trying to be less selfish, more giving. I think 2022 is a great year for being very giving. I think myself, I'm focusing on detaching myself from a hobby of stuff. I think, like Nas has touched on before, you don't want to get too attached to things, material items, whether it be collecting purses, Hot Wheels, shoes, cars, house. You have to be able to give it up for your family, for people that you love, to not, be so attached to things of the world. And I think that's something I'm focusing on this year, is to be able to give it all up if I have to. Separate yourself from material items and focus on the things that are important in your lives, like your family, your mom, dad, sister, brother. We've had some diecast homies lose some family members this last year, and suddenly, very sudden, and it really puts this perspective on your relationships with people, your friends, your family, to not take it for granted that they may not be around much longer. They may not be around tomorrow. So you really have to focus on those relationships and make sure that they know that you love them, that you appreciate them, and show them respect and kindness, and to know that life is a fragile thing. So I appreciate all of you guys that comment on my channel, people that send me cars, customs, encouraging messages, encouraging emails. I try to be as encouraging as I possibly can. I love to hear when people say, hey man, you encouraged me to start my own YouTube channel, posting videos, start, modifying cars, whatever. Because I've had so many other people out there that have encouraged me to do things. And and it's kind of a daily thing where I'm learning new things and meeting new people. So if you can help others, encourage others to do things that they normally wouldn't, especially maybe I say something to somebody and say, "Hey, you should start customizing cars," and they kind of brush me off. Well, maybe somebody else, maybe you, say, "Hey, man, you should customize cars," and they're like, "Man, that's like 3 people this week that told me I should start doing, something that I've been talking about doing but not doing." So, like I've talked about before, I started an LLC for detailing, and I got great encouragement from JDC, and he's like, "Man, I encourage you to do that. Stop talking about it. Do it." And I did it. And after the wedding and everything, we're going to start kicking that off a little bit and get more serious. Website decals, and Kimber's coming up with a logo for us. We'll focus on that after the wedding. We don't have time for that right now. You got to prioritize things. So always prioritize people over things is my best advice for you guys, is to put your family first, your friends first, beyond toy cars, beyond real cars, beyond houses, beyond purses, whatever you collect, beanie babies, whatever you collect, they're just things, and we need to realize that our family and our friends are much more important. So, yeah, if you can take anything away from this podcast today, I think that would be something that I hope people understand. Is in this crazy world during a pandemic, during the we've got spike in prices of everything. Appreciate what you've got. We're not living in a third world country. We have a lot in this country. Even poor people in America or are rich in third world countries. So this year, I'd love to do a lot of charity events with some amazing cars sent to me. I've got a car coming from Eddie at Simple Customs. I think a couple cars for me to raffle off, and help people that you can. If you can, if somebody needs help and you can tell, but they're it's hard for them to ask, then give them a gift card or send them something anonymously, and don't toot your own horn about it. Like I like to say, just don't tell everybody what you did. Like I said, life is short. It flies by. Your character is really, it's your main thing of what you have, your character, your integrity. So, you can always, come back from things and people will forgive you, but just, try to lead by example and be a good inspiration for others and encourage people, and teach people new things. So I think it's going to be a really good year. We've got the diecast breakdown as something new that I just got off of we just did an episode before I got on here, and that always kind of gets my brain stirring and moving and gets me thinking, which is good. So we've got Jakarta Diecast coming on next week. If you have any questions that you think would be really good for us to ask him, write it in the comments below, and I'll try to ask him. We'll see. And then we've got I think we're going to be airing Naz's episode this upcoming weekend. Nostalgic Naz, watch my videos, man. Come on. So he's going to be on. That's a fun one. Me and him are on another level with the interview. Just kind of ramp up things. Nas is all over the place. We love Nas. And we've got some other really cool guests. We got Fireball Tim Lawrence. We got him. He's probably 2-3 episodes away, but we already did an interview with him, and he's an amazing guy. And for anyone that hasn't seen yet, we did an interview with Carmen and Tony at Diecast Heroes, the new magazine that's out. Check it out. Very humble, cool people, and that's all we mess around with. That's all we deal with is people that are humble and like-minded and just very genuine people, because I don't have time for fakeness or backstabbing or anything like that. So yeah, so check out the Diecast Breakdown, Diecast Media Network on YouTube. We're trying to grow. We appreciate any support you guys can throw our way. You can join up in a membership. It helps us, get mics and different recording things so we can continue to grow as a channel. It's a hobby for us, but we enjoy bringing you guys some really cool guests that you wouldn't really know a lot of information about them until we sit them down and interview them. And like I said, if you guys have any questions for Jakarta Diecast, Yogi over there, for this next week, go ahead and write them in the comments below. I can't promise that it's going to get asked, but I appreciate any kind of help from my subscribers and my listeners. So on that note, that's all I got today, guys. I hope you're all having a blessed day. Keep your heads up. Just know that there's people out there that are here to help you no matter what it is. It's not all about the hobby and the cars. It's about the people behind the hobby. And we're here to help each other out. So I love you guys. God bless. And I'll see you in the next podcast. I'm in your face.